Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Portal Masters of all ages. This is Lander with PortalPowerTV, and we're coming to you with a little bit of a different type of video today. I happen to have gotten my hands on previously. I think most of you have seen this. I got Wildstorm in. I had a friend, new friend that I met with MFG Collectibles LLC. He's got a new website they're starting up, and he's also been selling stuff on eBay. But he gave me and donated the Cursed Tiki Temple Level pack to the channel so that I could preview them a little early for you guys. But of course, I got a copy of the Cursed Tiki Temple also from Activision, and I was noticing the differences in the packaging. And I've got the fronts of the two packages here on the screen now. And you can already see some pretty significant changes in the packaging. So I figured I'd go ahead and just show off all the different sides of the box and talks about the differences in the packaging for you guys. And we'll just kind of go from here. So as you can see, I've got the US version here on the left and the European version on the right. And immediately you can see that up in the some differences that are there. But as we go to the next slide, up here in the far right upper corner, there's the extra yellow box with the text in it that says exclusive, unlocks 80 creation parts, and then it's also written in French. And that's not apparent over there on the right hand side of the European packaging. And it makes it look a lot more plain for the European, and it does look a little bit better for the US version, at least in my opinion. So and then moving over to the top left part of the box, a similar thing where we've got a blue box that says Sensei Skylander up next to Wildstorm's photo, and it's not present there in the European version. And I don't know why they didn't bother putting that. It does look better with it, in my opinion. But also the sticker that they slapped on here in the European version, it is strictly in English, and whereas the US version, it's actually got in, actually I guess we should be calling it the North American version. It's both in English and French, so for those French Canadians we got up there, way up there in the cold right now. So anyway, moving on to the next one, we've got the bottom left part of the box, and they pretty much look identical. You can see those. They've got the creation symbol, and it shows the creation crystal in there, the live creation crystal. And then we also have the right bottom side of the box, and again, those almost look identical. But then when we get to the center of the bottom of the box, the Cursed Tiki Temple is still there, but it says level pack in English and in French. And then on the European version, it just says it's all in English. And so in that particular case, I think that looks better to me, but I don't know how you pronounce that. Is it Ensemble de Niveau? Malistal, if you happen to see this video, tell me if I pronounce that right. Is it Ensemble de Niveau? So I took French way back in school, but it's been, oh my gosh, don't make me say how long it's been. Anyway, so we've got next the top of the box, and mostly looks the same. It's just that the part where, right where it says the 80, there's the chest and it says the 80 parts. The US version just says unique creation parts, and then again in French, whereas now the European version has English, but a whole bunch of other languages. And I couldn't even begin to tell you what they all are, so we're not going to go there. But and then moving on, we've got the, I guess we'll call it the right side of the box. They are almost identical, with the exception of that Toys to Life stick, thing that's up at the top. In the US version, it's dead center, and in the European version, it's kind of shifted towards the front of the box. So they're a little off. They're not quite exactly the same, but they're very close. And then moving over to the left side of the box, it's the same situation. There's a Toys to Life logo up there, and it's just showing the difference if you put them on the portal and blah blah blah. But on the US version, that symbol is in the middle of the box at the top. And on the European version, it's slid over toward the front of the box a little bit more. So, slight differences there. Now, at the bottom of the left of the box, We also see that the US version has a warning. It's like a choking hazard for no children under 3 years old should be playing with this because they can choke, which means Skylander Dad, if you're letting little Sean play with this stuff, you are a bad, bad daddy. And on the the European version, then it's got a warning, basically just saying that it only works with this video game in Skylanders Imaginators, and it's in a whole bunch of different languages, and there's all the flags of the different languages that it's in. So I'm not a flag specialist, and I don't know what all those flags are, so sorry. Anyhow, moving on, we have the back of the box, and you can kind of see from a distance that both of them, they are quite a bit different. There's a lot of things that are similar, but there's a lot of differences. First thing that notices out to me is up there at the top of the right. It says experience a new adventure on the American version, US version, and it's not there. That big yellow print is not, there on the European version. And then there's a lot of changes down below, and we'll look up close on those. On the down toward the bottom right, you can see in the US version they're showing off a bunch of different Skylanders and stuff that you can collect. And on the European version, it's just the warning about the choking hazard, I believe is what it is. And then on the bottom left, you can see they're actually talking about Skylanders Academy on Netflix on the US version. And then it's just more of the warning labels about the not suitable for children under 3 years old. So that's quite a bit different as far as that part goes. And then we get to the upper part where it says the 80 characters. Again, it's in English and French in the North American version, US version, and it's in a whole bunch of different languages in the European version. So next we move on to the bottom of the box, and you can see the US version has the UPC code. So if any of you are looking for the UPC code, want to write that down, call your stores, look online to be able to search it out and find out when it does actually hit. It's supposed to be out. This pack is incidentally supposed to be out, according to the press release from Activision, an updated press release. They've been tweeting and so forth. April 7th is the magical day. At the same time, there have been rumors that GameStop is reporting that they are going to have it available on the 5th. So we will just have to see what actually happens there. But so in the US version, we've got the UPC code. On the European version, you can see the EAU number that's there. So you guys over in Europe, anybody's watching me from there, here's the number you need to help look that up and find it. Last is just the other part of the bottom of the box. There's just a whole bunch of other lingo, and you can see that there are some differences between it. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, what do you think? Which of the packages do you like better? Which one do you think is more attractive? I'm partial to the US version. I think it looks a little nicer. Not that I have bothered, keeping the boxes this year. They look great, but they just got me so much I had no room for them. I finally just had to bite the bullet and get rid of most of them. So anyway, but I did want to show this kind of thing off. I found it interesting, if nothing else. And I'd love to hear your comments. What are your thoughts about any of this? And let me know if there's any other particular type of videos that are a little outside the norm that you guys would like me to cover or anything like that. So I appreciate you all being here. This is Brylander with PortalPowerTV signing off. Take care and God bless.